The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Is the sell-off in tech over?
You know, it's hard to make that call, but if you have a 3-year perspective, a 5-year perspective, we have a saying in our office, when in doubt, zoom out. I don't think you can make the argument that tech's going to go away anytime soon, so I'm not particularly concerned even if we have a little bit more selling ahead.
So you would be buying tech right now then?
Absolutely. And we're hunting hard. We were picking up shares of Apple, picking up shares of Microsoft, looking at a couple others. But, you know, when you get an engraved invitation in front of you, it's very hard not to go to the party.
Very hard not to go to the party. What a bunch of nonsense. That's a bunch of nonsense. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network, where you get the truth. Now let's put this in perspective. Is this the sell-off? Is it going to come back? Are we going to go make new highs in all these big tech stocks? We only can tell that if the big guys invest, if the big institutions invest. Now, here's what we know. When the market sold off, the big tech sold off because it's overpriced. It's ridiculous. Tesla, for example. Just take Tesla. The PE ratio looking forward is 140. Are you nuts? So when the market sold off the other day, when it bounces back as it has in the last 2 days, one of two things is happening. Either you have all these people who don't know what they're doing, who are now coming in to the stock market, believing what they hear every day, that they're going to become rich, keep buying on the dip, everything's fine. I mean, think about it. That's all you hear every day. Buying the dip, buying the dip, buying the dip. Are you kidding me? Hold.
And folks, you should keep adding to these index funds. Do not sell. Do not time. Just buy them and hold it.
If you get a significant dip in big tech, you buy that dip.
No, you don't. You don't know that. So let's take an example. Let's take the Qs. Let's take the NASDAQ. So it dropped from $338 down to a low of about $300. Now, she rallied back up to $318. She's far away from making that high of $337. But on my chart, the color technology identifies it's red. It's telling us that the institutions have yet come in to buy these stocks. If you look on your chart, a regular chart, you'll see green and red candlesticks. Well, see, my chart was designed to follow the money. So my chart, I see all red or all green. So when the Qs snap back, we got to identify, is it snapping back because the big institutions, are they back in and doing the purchasing, or is it the folks who are coming in being told to buy in the dip, the people who are always wrong, they always get in the stock market right before the crash? Well, right now, it's the latter. How do we know? Because the trend is still down. The folks who are coming to the market right now have no idea, they wouldn't know the difference between a trend, a downtrend, and a motorcycle. When you have a trend in a stock, the most important thing is trend. Trends take a long time. When you have a downtrend or an uptrend, it takes a long time to create those. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, don't change that. So all these people are coming back into the market, speculating, especially all the young kids, they want to come buy all this tech, thinking they're going to get rich now, have no clue. Is it going up because of the dips, buying the dips? Or is it going up because of the large institutions are saying, you know what, we're going to buy more of the stock? They don't know. Well, how do you know? Well, on my chart with the algorithms we designed, it'll turn from red to green. It hasn't done that. Also, the downtrend is still trending down. So to buy, I'm not saying don't buy from $300 up to $318. That's a risk on trade. Only experts, only experienced members should be doing that. Because you can wake up tomorrow morning, let's say you bought it, you got lucky and bought it at $300, the Qs. And you get out today at $318, you're feeling so good and smart and you're a genius. Tomorrow morning you wake up, it's down to 304, opens down to 304. Well, how could that happen? Because the trend is down. It's telling you the money is trending out of the stock, not in. Now, remember another thing that drives the stock up. We shorted the Qs. So when the Qs dropped from, let's say, we just use for simple math, $337, and when it dropped down to a low of 300, well, you don't make money yet. You sold it short, but you got to go and buy it to make the money. Because remember, all you did is borrow the stock. You're thinking the stock's going to go down. The guy that you're borrowing for says, oh, no, stock's going to go up. Now, if you were right, it went down, and he loaned it to you. Remember, he loaned it to you at 324, but now it went down to, let's say, 300. You can buy it at 300. He takes a loss, but you got to buy it first. You got to buy it back. It's called covering your short. That's what makes the stock go up. Then you got these kids coming in who are buying on the dip, believing Kudlow and Kramer and all these people. So the bottom line is a lot of people are getting hurt right now. Now, my members who are buying, they know what they're doing. They know they're buying in a downtrend. They know it's high risk. They know how to put a stop in. They'll know when to get out. 85% of the people don't know when to get out. This is crazy. If you take, for example, take Apple. Apple dropped from $145 down to $117. Now it went from $117 up to $122. So you got people coming in and buying that stock. Well, who's buying it? Well, the first buyers are the people who shorted it, let's say from $142 all the way down to, let's say, $117. Remember, they borrowed it at $142. The guy they borrowed it from, he says, I'll give you my stock, I'll let you borrow it, but it's going to go up. And you say, well, let me borrow it because I think it's going to go down. And when you borrowed it, now because it's lower, it went down from 142, let's say down to 117. Now you buy it and deliver it back to him. But you got to buy it to cash in on your $5,000 win. Your profit, because you shorted the stock. You bet the stock was going to go from 145 down to 117. He didn't think so, but you borrowed it from him, and now he's got to sell you the stock that he paid 145. He's got to sell it to you at 117. He loses, you win. That makes the stock go back up. What you want making the stock go back up is not covering the short position. You don't want the stock going up because you got a bunch of people who don't know what they're doing buying on the dips. You want the stock going up because the institutions think the earnings of that stock are going to increase in the future, and it's a bargain. So, and they're coming in and buying it. You got to identify which one it is. Now, you can buy it regardless, but if it's going up because they're covering their shorts or because the dips are buying, you got to know what you're doing, or you're going to get hurt. 85% of you are going to get hurt if you're buying these stocks now, because you don't know when to get out. I'll be right back with more.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Warning, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. So we got people who are jumping back in the stock market because they're listening to the fake business news network that everything's okay. The big tech, the sell-off is finished. Jump in, buy in a dip, and people are getting hurt. First of all, the stocks that are going up, that they're telling you are great buys now, buying a dip. The trend is still down. If you want to fight the trend, good luck. As I said, you could buy a stock today, it's going up, but because the trend is down, if you bought a stock at $100, okay, let's say it goes up to, in the next few days, goes up to $125. You could wake up the next morning, the stock's back down to 85. So what happened? Why'd it go? Why'd it go down to 85? Because it's a downtrend stock. So the big institutions, the big banks, big insurance companies, the boys with the money, they can pull their bid out at any time because it's a downtrend. They pull their bid out, bam, your stock goes down, you don't know what happened. You only want to be buying stocks that are in an uptrend and are above the 50-day moving average. A lot of these stocks are not moving up above the 50-day moving average. Most of you don't even know what I'm talking about. The 50-day moving average, think of it over the finish line. Think the 50-day moving average is protection. Think it's the winning line. If you got a stock, if you're jumping into Tesla right now, what are you, nuts? What are you, nuts? You're below the 50-day moving average. Number two, the trend is still down. What does that mean, the trend's still down? It means the big institutions are not in there buying it. They're not buying enough of it. When they are, my chart here at Phil's Gang, it was designed so the algorithms, well, since money's starting to come back in, it'll turn yellow. Identifying that some money is coming back in to pay attention to it. When it turns green, it's saying enough money is coming in. Now you can buy it. But when it's red, like today, and it's going up, it's not going up because the big institutions are coming in and saying, we're going to buy the stock. We think it's a good deal. No. The stock's going up because the big institutions who sold Tesla, okay, let's say at 870, and it went down to 540, they want to take their profits. So they buy it at 540. It's called covering their short. That's all that is. And then you got the people buying on the dips because the dips are telling them to buy at the dips, like Varney. You got those people pushing it up, but it can't sustain itself because there's not enough money in. Take a look at your chart. Your chart, your candlesticks are just red and green. Mixture of red and green. Not my candlesticks on my chart. It took us over 5 years to design this chart because it follows the institutional money. When Tesla went down, we shorted it because we got a signal. Then it started to turn red. And everybody thought I was nuts when I said on February 17th, I should start shorting. It was like 5 after, I think it was like, here, listen right here. If you've been in Tesla, take your profits at 3:57 p.m. on February 17, 2021, and you're going to love me for it. That's right. Around 3:57, I said, take your profits. They thought I was nuts. But we had a signal. We had a signal. We could see the money was pouring out. You can't see that on your charts because these are my charts. These are charts that we designed here at Phil's Gang, the algorithms. We have the algorithms tell us what's going on. So never buy these stocks that drop unless you're an expert. Now, my gang members have been with me for years. It doesn't mean they can't buy when the trend is down because that's called a swing trade. They know how to swing trade. They know how to protect themselves. But a new person coming in, jumping into the market, doesn't know what they're doing, see the stock go up, they listen to Kudlow or one of those dopes, and they start buying, they're going to get killed. They have no idea. They think, oh boy, I better get into Tesla at 570, it's going to go back to 900. How do you know that? Also, you got another problem. Tesla, like many of the stocks that dropped, are below the 50-day moving average. Think of the 50-day moving average at the finish line. You haven't hit the finish line. I'm not saying you can't buy. I tell my students all the time, you can buy these stocks right now, but know what you're buying. High risk. But if you switch over and you start buying the banks, that's low risk. They're making new yearly highs. Why? Because the Federal Reserve knows. Congress knows. Everybody knows. The big brokerage firms know. Unless you get the banks leading, you're screwed. The whole market will fall apart. They're printing $90 billion a day to push the bank stocks up, for heaven's sakes. Let's put that in perspective. They signed a bill today for $1.9 trillion. Of the $1.9 trillion, only $60 billion is going to target COVID in some way. Let me repeat that. The Federal Reserve is printing $90 billion a day to keep the banks going up so the market doesn't drop. $90 billion a day. Because the banks have had it. Because interest rates have been so low for so long, it kills the banks. Now interest rates are starting to go up. It's going to help, but too much damage has been done. But you take today when they signed the bill for the $1.9 trillion, only $60 billion is going to be used for COVID. $130 billion is going to the teachers. The teachers, what they've been doing with the money, they've been buying vacation homes in Lake Tahoe. They've been buying Aspen. They've been buying vacation homes. That $130 billion is on top of like another $90 billion they already sent them. Another $350 billion are going to the bad states. The states that kept everything closed, don't know what they're doing, destroyed their economies, losing money. They can't pay their bills. They can't pay their police, their fire. So they gave them $350 billion. That doesn't grow the economy. That doesn't grow the economy. Giving $130 billion to the teachers, that doesn't grow the economy. What are you, nuts? So $90 billion a day is going in to help the bank. So look at Citigroup. Look at our Wells Fargo. Our Wells Fargo, we bought it $24. It's now at $36.82. That's a huge, it's a like 28% gain on that. You got to be where the money's going. You got to know what you're doing. Join my gang free for 10 days. The color-coded chart will keep you out of trouble and tell you when you should be out of that stock. No other chart does it. Check it out.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
I signed up, and I've learned an incredible amount from Phil and Steve. The staff at Phil's Gang gives platinum-level service and stock recommendations. You know, it's as simple as that. At the end of a month or so, I've always been in the black. Phil's Gang is a class act. I'm happy to be a member.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. Remember to subscribe to my Phil's Gang YouTube channel to get both my live and archived radio shows. Also, my free Phil's Take on the stock market. Also, sign up and get a free 10-day chart and membership trial. That's right. Free for 10 days. My color-coded chart, my membership. Just go to my site, philsgang.com, where it says Get Started. Click on. All the information is right there. And then during the 10 days, you'll be following our portfolio. But do not use your own money during the 10 days. Wait till the 10 days is over. Just do it on paper. And you'll see how terrific the color-coded chart is. Because the color-coded chart identifies where the money is. The most important thing, when to get out, which 85% of you don't know. 85% of you lose money in the market. That's why you hate the market. So people are jumping in today. Think about this. The NASDAQ is still down. And people are jumping into stocks, big tech stocks, and buying them, thinking they're getting a bargain. Yet, there's not enough money flowing back in to push them up. Instead, the Dow's up, making new highs. The S&P's up. So why are you... This one doesn't make any sense. Because you're not experienced. I'm going to buy the Dow, or I'll buy the S&P, because they're making new yearly highs. And then I'll buy the stocks that are making new yearly, which are the banks. Give you an example. Our Wells Fargo making new yearly highs. Our Wells Fargo, our members up 58%. I'm not saying every gang member made 58%. I'm saying my color-coded chart, if you're a gang member, when it went from red to green to tell you when to buy, if you got in at that time and you're still in it today, you made 58%. It hasn't even turned red yet. But here's the thing. Here's what's beautiful. On my chart, when the institutions start taking their money out, pulling their bids out, they're going to make it go down, it first starts turning yellow to give us an advance warning before it happens, an advance warning. So when it turns red, you're not stunned. Then when it turns red, you're totally out, you switch your position, and as it goes down, you make money. During the 10 days, you'll see this work. All you got to do during the 10 days, remember, at 2 o'clock every afternoon, Steve, head of our education department, he will post a video on my portfolio of the 5 stocks plus the S&P and on the portfolio of working investors, our ETFs. He does a video on those stocks in the ETFs. Tells you exactly what to do. If you just pay attention to what he says for those 10 days, like today, for example, okay, he was talking about Apple. I'll play it for you. At 2 o'clock, this was posted today.
It's an Apple. Keep short here with your stop at 125.01. It's an Apple.
And then he goes on and tells my gang, gets into detail, what do you do with Apple? Now, let's take a look at Apple for a moment. Let's take a look at Apple. So if you look at Apple, if you want to follow along with me, if you have a mobile device, go to philsgang.com and you can follow along. Now, Apple, let's take a look at Apple. So Apple, Apple dropped from $145 down to around $117. So now it's going from $117 up to $122. Now you got people jumping into Apple. Boy, I got a good deal. I'm making a good deal. Look at this. Boy, it's discounted. I'm going to get rich. I'm going to be a millionaire. Now, who's saying that kind of stupid stuff? It's people that never been in the market. They're getting in the market now. They go to Robinhood, and they're banned. They take their bow and arrows and go to Robinhood, join Robinhood. All these kids. Now they think, because they're listening to these dopes on the business network, these jibber jabbers like Kudlow and the rest of them, hey, this is a good deal. They told me to buy in a pullback, buy in a dip. I got to buy Apple. I'm going to be a multimillionaire. Boy, it's going to be easy. One, they don't understand that the stock's below the 50-day moving average. Are you nuts? They don't understand that the downtrend is still downtrend. The trend is the most important thing you look at. It tells you the trend of the money. Why the hell are you buying Apple when the money flow is trending out? Excuse me. The money trend is flowing out. Look at the trend. But you don't know the difference between a trend and a watermelon. But it doesn't matter to you. Because you're going to listen to dopes like Kramer.
A lot more people are getting hired thanks to the vaccine rollout in the opening, but not so many that the Fed will feel compelled to raise interest rates, and some are really being left behind.
Give me a break, Kudlow, Kramer. But you're going to be listening to all this stuff, and you feel good about it because you think they must know what they're doing. And you're going to find out you're in there for a couple of days, and if you bought Apple today at 122 and you think you're a genius, let's say it goes from 122 up to 127.50. You still got a long ways to 145. Remember, from 122 where you're buying to 145, what do you think that is? What's between 122 and 145? What do you think, just black space? Like space? Like the sky? What are you, nuts? There's all kinds of people who bought at 145. They bought at 142, 140. They lost the money. It went from 142 down to 117. Went from 145 down to 117. 137 down to 117. They're losing their butts. They didn't get out because they didn't know when to get out. 85% of the people don't. So they stayed in. Oh, because they listened also to Varney. Buy and hold, buy and hold. The problem is, all those people who bought at 145 with the stock going down to 117, they're holding on. Now they're saying if I get half my money back, I'm getting out. Well, you got a problem if you own that stock that you bought. When you start going, the stock goes up, those people keep selling. Here, take mine, take mine, take mine. That's called overhang. You don't know what that means. I might as well be talking to McGilla Gorilla. You don't know what that means. So what the hell are you doing in the market if you don't know what that means? You don't know what trend means. You're being led to the slaughter. Now, there is a time to buy these stocks. When the institution money is coming back in, what happens? First, on my chart, not your chart, my chart, it starts turning yellow to let us know in advance. Then it turns green. What else happens? Then it tells us when the trend of money has changed from going out of the stock to in the stock. So if you bought Apple at 117, 118, and you think you're a genius, what you don't understand, there's more money flowing out than going in. And the trend is the most important thing to look at. Why would you buy a stock that's trending down? Would you buy an ice cream cone, pay full value for it? They give you a scoop and it's July and sitting outside, now there's no more ice cream, dripped all over it. Would you buy it? Of course not. There's no value. But they're going to tell you, don't worry, the ice cream's going to go back up. It's going to freeze, go back up. That's how stupid this is. Now, the banks, the gangsters, they know one thing. The Federal Reserve, Wall Street, they know one thing. We've got to keep these banks up. We've got to keep these banks going. The market's going to collapse. They're printing money, push them into the banks, push them money into the banks. So why don't you buy Citigroup? Because guess what? The Dow is up making new highs, and Citigroup is making new highs. There's nothing above it. Citigroup's at $73. There's nothing above it. There's nobody selling. See the difference? But if you're turning around and you're buying Apple, you're screwed. Because Apple, you got everybody selling it from 145 down to 122. You got to take all those out. Why don't you just join my gang? We'll make it easy for 10 days. Then you'll understand what a downtrend means. And guess what? You don't even have to come to class. Every day we post these stocks, our portfolio at 2 o'clock, tell you exactly what to do based on our color code chart. We hold your hand. All we ask when you make money to please remember St. Jude. Join tonight, free, for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
I hope you're listening to me on my YouTube channel. If you are, that's terrific. Hit like and share and subscribe. Now, every Friday, tomorrow, it would be my 10th edition, my 10th week. Each week, I identify, review the action starting Monday, what happened from Monday to Friday. I then pull out the clues that are identifying we're heading for a crash. Now remember, crash can take a long time. Like I said, we started short, 1987, we started short the market in January. And January didn't crash to October. I told you on January 17th or 16th or 17th, 2018, that was the first day of the crash. I told you it's going to take a long time. I said then on January 2018, I said December 2018 is going to be the biggest day, the biggest drop we've had in the market. You watch. And I was right. It takes a long time. Just doesn't happen overnight. But what makes no sense today is this. As people are jumping back into these big tech stocks, that's okay if you know what you're doing. I can go in and buy Apple at $117 yesterday or on, what was it? I could buy Apple at a low. I think it was around $116. That was on March 8th. But what's the point? Instead, we bought Citigroup. Because the trend on Citigroup, all the candlesticks were green, because my algorithms made it that way. Why? Because it showed me that all the institution money, all the big banks, the big insurance companies, the big hedge funds, the 401ks, they were putting money into Citigroup. Citigroup was making a new high. That's where you want to be. But I know most people think, I'll buy Apple at a big discount. I'm going to get rich. It doesn't work that way. I bought Citi because it was uptrending, and I had nobody above me. Nobody was selling. I had no people say, I'm going to get out of the stock. I had no overhang. Holy mackerel. Look at the overhang on Apple and Microsoft and Tesla. Incredible. You got to fight yourself up through all that overhang where everybody's selling into you. Wow. You got to know what the hell you're doing. Now, as I said, I'm not telling you not to do that because we have 2 charts to help you to do that, 2 other charts. We have a chart that does swing trades, exactly that. And we have a chart that does day trades to help you with this. So if you actually want to buy Apple right now and make money as it's going up until it collapses, then maybe it won't collapse. Who knows? It may turn green. But you shouldn't be touching that stock until it at least turns green. But if you do, we got charts. We got 2 other charts to tell you that. But the chart, the PT2 chart, the Pro 2 chart is beautiful because one thing you'll know, as long as the trend's down, all the candlesticks are red. Take a look at your own chart. Put up Apple. They're red and green, right? My chart that we designed here, took us about 5 years to do it, is all red. And also, we got a little tool that's showing money is flowing out. Now think about that. Even though the stock, Apple's going up today, there's more money going out than in. It's a downtrend. That means tomorrow morning, if you buy Apple today at 121, you could wake up in the morning and it'd be all the way back down to the low of 116. Why? Because they can pull their bids out. Because the big institutions, they're not buying. All they're doing is covering their short positions. Look, today and every day, there's no better business than being in the stock market. But you got to know what you're doing. You got to follow the money. And when you get these big corrections, there's a reason for it. There's a reason for a correction. The stock is correcting itself because it's overpriced. It's overpriced. That's why you have corrections. That's why you have recessions. These are natural. There will be a point in which you buy Apple. But you want to know something? I'll never convince you of this. Do you know you got a higher probability of getting to $245 in Apple buying it at $145 than you do buying it today at $121? Because at $145, there's no sellers on top of me. Nobody's selling it. Nobody's selling it. It's a new high when it reaches there. I got a higher probability getting from 145 to 250 than you do from 121. But you bought it at 2021 thinking, what a bargain this is. What a deal this is. It's only a deal if the trend turns up and more money is going in than going out. And that's not the case right now with any of these big tech stocks, okay? Including my Tesla. But look at Wells Fargo. Making another new high. Look how beautiful that's doing. Look at Bank of America. Made another high. Why aren't you in these? When you bought Bank of America today, it's all green. When you bought Bank of America today, it's $37.79. That means above you, you have no sellers above you. Doesn't that make sense? Nobody's selling. That means you got all buyers coming in. And your trend is what? Up. So your risk is low. But you go buy Apple today, your trend is down. You got more money going out of that stock than going in, but the stock's going up. So you think, oh, stock's going up. That's got to be okay. No. And it's all red, telling you the trend is down. Look at the money flowing out of that stock. And you're in there buying it? What are you, nuts? Now, if you're good at this, and you use my other chart, if you use my Pro 1 chart and you're good, then you can switch. You can switch from the Pro 2, which is for the position traders, long-term traders. You can switch over to Pro 1, which is for swing traders who are in a stock a couple days, 2-3 days, maybe 5 days the most. Or you can switch to Pro 3, which is used for people who are only in a stock 1 day, 2 days the most. Look, today they signed that bill, and $1.9 trillion. That bill did not help us or the economy. Remember, everything they're doing, all the money, the $7 trillion that's been put into this COVID deal, has not helping the economy at all. At all. The economy doesn't grow from stimulus. It never does, never will. It grows from productivity. The economy only grows if there is institution, or if there's business investment. If CEOs go in and buy new equipment, new machineries, new factory, IT, invest into IT, only then. Remember, our economy only grows from business investment. But businesses, the CEOs aren't putting money in. They're not doing business investment. It's horrendous. Very little money's going in. What are they doing? They rather buy the stock, their company's stock. So there's fewer shares. So when they got losses, their stock will go up because they got fewer shares. When you have fewer shares, then you can artificially push up your earnings. All fake. That pushes up your stock price. All fake. Been doing that for 13 years. The whole market has been built on that fake. But we make money. We'll follow that fake, but we know when to get out. See, the whole key is, when do I get out? And you're going to learn that. So easy. And if you don't want to go to class, why don't you just go and join our working investor group? Use that group. In my 5 stocks. Why don't you just follow my stocks? My little portfolio, 5 stocks. Then after a while, if you want to replace mine with yours. The patterns are the same. Just make sure the 5 stocks you're putting in are the big names that are in 401ks that every insurance company has in their portfolio. It's in everybody's 401k. Look, they can tell you what they want, how this economy is coming back. It's a lie. Economies don't come back. When we just had the job numbers, and 80% of the people that came back to work are making $17.28 an hour. 20% are making $32 an hour. What'd that tell you? This is the biggest lie, the biggest fraud. But who cares? I'm not here to fix that. I'm here to make money for my members. And we do that by following the smart money. And I designed a chart with my people here. They have the algorithms that make that happen. You get to use it for 10 days free. Join my gang, Phil's Gang. Remember St. Jude? And remember, listen to me on my YouTube channel. See you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.